So I just made the world's first ever paintbrush controller that allows you to play video games by literally painting. The idea was that whenever I paint a certain color onto a canvas, it would activate a corresponding ability in game. For example, here I am testing this controller out on Elden Ring. I made it to where painting with the color black activated the dodge roll button, while painting with the color red would activate the attack button. And to no one's surprise, this really didn't work out. I don't think Elden Ring was the right game to test this controller out on. However, in the game Final Fantasy XIV, they just added a new job called Pictomancer. Pictomancers fight their enemies by literally painting their OCs at them. So imagine going into battle with knights and mages on your side, and you look to your right and there's just an art student with regular art supplies in their hand. I'm not even kidding when I say this, but the first weapon you get on the Pictomancer job is literally just a paintbrush and palette. However, once I learned more about the Pictomancer job, I just had to make a controller for it. And remember, I'm still on the quest to become a real-life Warrior of Light. That means I have to learn every job in the game by playing like them in real life. Sometimes that means I have to build a giant book to play Scholar with, and other times that means I have to play Gunbreaker with a custom-built nerfed gunblade. So today, let's become a real-life Pictomancer and play Final Fantasy XIV by covering my room in paint. I really hope my landlord doesn't see this video, because I am screwed. Okay, before I start explaining how this thing works, I first need to show you the build. This is the paintbrush controller, or at least what I like to call the Don't Let Lewis Cook Inator 1.0. Does the controller look good? Not really. But hey, at least the controller works, right? Not really. No, I'm kidding. The controller itself is just a giant tube that houses a color sensor and a couple of buttons. The goal was to make something that can hold a paintbrush and keep the paint off the electronics, which I think this build did a pretty good job at doing. The controller is powered by an Arduino that has an onboard accelerometer and gyroscope. The entire process of playing games by painting is actually really simple to explain. On the other hand, coding this was a complete nightmare. Y'all, if someone ever asks you to program a color sensor, call the cops on them right now. Don't even give them a chance to run away. So to start off, first you need to press the top button on the controller to scan in a color. Each color on the palette is assigned a button on the crossbar hotbar. For example, the green color is mapped to the RBX slot, while the black color is mapped to the RBB slot. After a color is scanned in, all the player has to do now is paint onto the canvas to activate the ability. The controller can detect the painting motions through the accelerometer on the Arduino. It's pretty much like a Wiimote, but way cheaper and way messier. To handle movement and everything else in the game, I created a Joy-Con holder for the palette. This might look dumb, and it kind of is, but it allows me to grip the Joy-Con and hold the palette at any angle that I need to. This really helped me keep paint from completely spilling everywhere, which compared to the prototype build, is almost night and day on how much paint was used between each build. Using the Joy-Con, I could cycle through my hotbars and that'll let me paint any ability in the game. And honestly, this is a ton of fun to use once you understand the setup. You can actually see me failing at trying to paint a tree while testing this controller out. However, right now, we're just fighting against training dummies. They don't really fight back, so I came up with one of the dumbest ideas to test this controller out. Let's put this controller to the ultimate test and try fighting other players with it in PvP. And honestly, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Oh, Yoshi P's about to ban me, man. The best thing about being online is that no one will ever know that you're playing with a paintbrush controller. One downside to this setup is that I have no way to zoom my camera out, so for the entirety of my first game, I really couldn't see anything. That, coupled with the fact that I had to use paint to queue up my abilities, made my game plan very simple. All I could do was run up, hit somebody with a spell, and then immediately run away. Because if I stay there any longer than 2 seconds, I'm gonna get my lunch money stolen. And y'all, they jumped me like it was so rude. Oh geez, oh geez. Where you going, summoner? Bam! Bam! Okay, I was kidding so bad. You ever kid before? Oh no! Right. Okay, I got guard out in time. I'm kinda sick at this. I don't think I'm making it though. Luckily for me, even if I couldn't see my enemy, my paint can still reach them, so the bulk of my damage came from hit and runs. I didn't think I was doing much until this happened. Are they still fighting us up here? Oh dude, how could you? Where you going, buddy? I got a kill! I'm correct! Damn, he's good. Despite my NBA All-Star performance, we did not end up winning this match. And for whatever reason, I did not get last place in the DPS category. Losing the first game was a fluke, so I hopped right back into the queue. The goal this time around is to not die, so my defensive cooldowns have to be on point. That, or I have to get really good at running away. This time around, I got really brave and started to box in team fights. And sure, maybe I did stay in the back and painted my Sonic OCs at the enemy, but at least I was doing way more damage than the last game, so that's something. Okay, I'm ulting. Okay, hit the Dragoon. I think I have one more bomb for him. Wait, I got two for him. Hold on. Did I get another assist? Yo! You know what? I didn't die there, so honestly, that wasn't too bad. Oh, this summoner walked up to the wrong place. And out of nowhere, I got enough assists to get the Battle High 1 buff, so I must be cracked or something. I could also tell I was getting better at the paintbrush controls as I was able to swap between colors mid-fight without dying. Ooh, that did damage. Okay, if we can get black on this, if I get color, okay, we're good. Do one of these. Even if you walk in ult, get one of these. Dang, he's good. However, just like a child learning how to play video games for the first time, I was too busy looking at my paintbrush to look up and see the enemy team. Oh, I have right there. Bro, I don't know you, chill. Bro, I wanted the whole team. No, I wasn't paying attention. No. On the bright side, our team did tie for second, so let's go. Now the real question is, are we at the bottom of the scoreboard? I'm not the bottom of the scoreboard? Yo, I got 14 assists. I was kind of in there. I think I got the first buff or something. Overall, not that bad. You want to see what I painted? I actually don't know what I was going for, but here's what the canvas looked like after one PvP session. Hold on. Here's what the canvas looks like. I don't know what I was going for because I was too busy trying to figure out what I was doing, but look at that. That's not that bad. If you look at it close enough, there's black in there. There's a little red. There's like an eyeball on the left. Alright, it's the end of the video, and at this point we usually do a quick review of the controller. As for the paintbrush controller, I really love the idea of it. I think the idea of being able to paint a piece of art by playing a video game at the same time is truly unique. Maybe I'll do a series where I play other games with a paintbrush controller and see what kind of art comes out of it. Let me know if that's a good idea in the comments below or something. Overall, I give the paintbrush controller a 7 out of 10. This is a really cool idea, but it could use some more R&D to flesh out some of the initial issues. This is really the first time anyone has ever done something like this, so I'm looking forward to any possible ideas or tips y'all have on this. But until then, I want to say thank you for watching the video. If you ever want to see this stuff live, you should check out my Twitch channel. I'm still on the hook to give y'all a full Great Sword controller run of Elden Ring, so look forward to that. But for now, stay safe out there and be yourselves. Bye!